just want to say at this point that we've had, I think, a good weekend, and I hope you enjoyed what we've had in the last 3 days. And that happened because there were many people really who helped out in the course of planning and so on. The core committee being, and again I did mention them, and you all know who they are, but Eugene in particular, Max, and Gerald. This event, this reunion, that we started quite a long time ago. In fact, I remember talking to Eugene about doing this, I don't know how long ago, but back in 20, what were we now, 14, maybe 20, I don't know. And he said, no, and I knew what he meant. We were both had things on the go the previous summer. We couldn't see ourselves doing anything that year. But he said, we certainly have a go at it for 2014. And so I held him to that in the sense that after this last summer in the fall, very early actually, we got together and said, look, are we going to do this or what? And the answer was, we're going to do it. And then Gerald came in and Max, and I couldn't have asked for a better team. I mean, honestly, you know, you talk about a curling team of 4 winning the World Championship, there they are. So, and we went from there, and as I said to somebody the other day, when we started, we didn't have a road map, we didn't even have a road. So we had to construct it all, but that was a lot of fun. And it was a lot of fun, wasn't it, Max? And he, I mean, I got to say something about Max. He was, no doubt, the most enthusiastic person that I've ever worked with on a committee, and I've worked on many committees. And he was just so positive and so all for this that you couldn't believe. And then Gerald there, I mean, he's the senior citizen of the group, and he was the wise counsel, and he was that. He often came in with a comment that caused us to stop and think, and that we needed him. And then Eugene was almost the jack of all trades in many respects. I mean, from the clergyman to the guitar player to whatever else we needed him to do, including fixing mics. So there it is. I just wanted to say a couple of things here at the beginning. When we talked early on about doing a little booklet. We had no idea what it would end up being or how big it would be or whatever. I certainly didn't until I finished it. But then we had to get it printed. And I just want to say that we had it done at Staples. I'll say no more about that, but please support Staples. You know what I mean. Up there. Matt there, look, he's still there with the camera. Every time I turn, Matt's there, but he's been a great. And he's got a whole bunch of pictures from last night and from the other initiatives. And I think what we decided, we're going to try to get them all on a memory stick. Right, Matt? Now, I know he's got most of them on Facebook already. I mean, they were there within an hour of the dinner last night, so I'm told. But somehow we're going to try and distribute these to those who want them, right? As a memory. And I know when I looked last night, I think everyone who was at dinner got a picture. Right, Matt?
Right.
I mean, if you were summers groups, couples, families, whatever, he had it in addition to the big shots. So I think that would be, again, not only a memory stick, but a stick of memories of this event. Now, as we mentioned just a few minutes ago up at the cemetery after the flower service, this is Reverend Barter's last official function in this, I'm going to say, I guess we are parish, but in the church, really. And so we, as a reunion committee, decided, since he was so cooperative in helping us plan this out at the beginning, if he would come forward, I have a little thank you. And it is a little thank you, but I'm sure you'll find it. And this, by the way, is for you and your wife and Matt. I hope that's the way you see it. Maybe you'll go somewhere with it. I don't know. So, Byron, all the best in the future, up the road, and keep in touch. I don't know if anyone, Eugene wants to say something. Max, if you want to say. Okay, thanks. You know, when we, again, laid out the program, we had, you know, the meet and greet on Friday, and we talked about food and how we'd handle that, and who would do which, and who would do what, and we weren't sure. And even today, and to our rescue, I say to our rescue, came one person in particular. There are many more, but you know, you can focus on one who took a bit of a lead, and that's Jean Sullivan. And not only, and then she dragged along with her this fellow Herb Sullivan, who's been so helpful in getting this room reset and set up. He was here, he told me he was up here redoing this before I was up this morning, and he was probably right. So we have a little thank you for Herb and Jean, and I asked both of them to come up if you would, because it's for both of you. Well, there's actually, well, come on.
Yeah, I want to say that I think I probably phoned Jean without exaggerating. I think for sure 40 or 50 times, and I never heard no one time. And I asked her to do something, and it ended up not doing the one something, but taking over the whole thing. And you know, it was great. Like I asked her about naming some people that we might get for the choir, and she said, "Don't worry about it. I'll get a choir for you." That kind of thing, and that we appreciated that, because it alleviated us of a lot of extra work. So, folks, on behalf of the committee, we are most thankful, and God bless you both.
And while Jean is here, the committee decided that because of the effort that the ACW gave us, this assistance, we have a small donation for the ACW.
I just want to say that I didn't do this for myself. I have a lot of good ladies that I pick up the phone and I say, will you come and help? Can you come and help? Yeah, I had no problem. All the ladies that I called, they bought cookies, they came and helped. I had somebody come today and set up for me. I have a great crowd of women. God bless them all.
And yesterday, the Heritage Committee had their display for us. Well, it could be for anybody, but they put in a fair amount of time. And so we thought, how do you say thank you? Well, we decided we would give them a small donation as well. So I think Gloria is here. Is Gloria still here? Oh, she's right there. Sure, my God, in front of my eyes. So Gloria, if you come up and accept this small donation from the committee for your help as a thank you. Okay. And I should tell you all that when we started this, we had to try and decide what we might charge for registration, so that none of us would end up, well, in other words, that we could do what we promised and not be sort of have to cut corners. Now, we realized that if things went well, and Max, for example, went out and sold some advertisements, and we did raise some money, and you've heard me talk about Staples. I didn't talk about some of the others that are there, and I don't know how far I should go with that. But to put it simply, we have today given us a significant donation to the cemetery fund, because that operates separate from the parish, as I'm told. And we will give a substantial donation to the church when it's all done. And we'll let you know how much, but I can't say it yet. But it'll be significant, I think. And I think that's what makes this thing, not just that we had a great weekend, but that when we all go away from this, that we've left something that I hope will help a church that clearly needs, I don't mind saying it, help. It does need help. And of course, in saying that, I would also say to you, if you ever see fit down the road to think about this building, and you want to make a contribution, maybe, you know, and when you're buying your Christmas gifts, think about the church and send in a gift to the church. It could be well received. The Lord will thank you. So,
I think we could have a better chairperson than Ed Williams. There were 4 of us on the committee, but we had 4 great assistants. Assistants that were great help to us. And I'm referring to our beautiful wives. And I think we should give them a hand. Thank you very much. The feeling that we had right throughout this committee meetings and right up to the reunion, it was unreal. Everything has gone beyond our expectations, and I don't think anybody could do any better than we did. It was really nice. It was so nice to talk to people that we haven't seen in some over 50 years. And I felt a bit special because my 90-year-old godmother is here. Kay Hardiman is down there somewhere. Where are you, Kay? Here's my sweetheart. But it was so nice seeing you all, and God only knows when we'll meet again, if we do meet again. But it was the greatest feeling that we experienced in our lives. And thank you for coming, and I wish you a safe return home. God bless you all.
I want Gerald to say a few words. He says everything is said. Well, no, come on, say it.
Well, thank you, Ed. I really have nothing to say because it's all been said. But again, I want to re-echo what Max said and Neil said. It has been an honour and a privilege and a real joy to be part of this committee and part of this reunion. And I want to again thank everybody who helped us bring it off. Thank you again. Bye-bye.
And just briefly, Max mentioned the wives, and that's, you know, it's very important. We would meet at each other's homes on Monday morning at 10 o'clock, every week or two, with in the living rooms on the tables. And when we arrived, there would always be cookies and buns and tea and coffee there, provided, of course. And so we went around, we alternated back and forth. We did that all since last fall. And it was, and Max said he looked forward. He said, "What are we going to do now when this is over? Next one, what are we going to do?" Right? I said, "Oh, I'm going to think of something." So yes, he was quite right in saying, well, he must have, I think,